Hi guys, good evening. Hope everyone's doing well. Happy New Year. Try not to knock stuff over. This is my first video of the year. I hope everyone had a good Christmas. I know I've been posting and text and pictures, but I've not had a sit down video to chat with you, and there's a reason for that. Well, my excuse is I moved house in September last year, and it's taking some time to get used to the place and find a spot that I would be happy to film in, and that's just taking some time to figure that out. But I think we got something. I think we got something that I'm happy to work with and go with that. So hopefully be seeing more of me, and that's part of what I wanted to talk about as well. But so if you followed my page last year and also my YouTube channel as well, you'll know that I made some videos to do with budgeting and money management. A whole series on how to get started, how to maintain it. I shared some of the tools that I found useful and stuff like that, all to do with money management. What I'm looking to do this year is have more of an impact. Money is can be quite a sensitive subject, especially here in the UK. People don't like to talk very much about what they make and stuff like that. It's all kept quite private, which I think it's a shame, really. Yes, I understand you don't want to be someone who brags about it and boasts about it, but it's such an important part of modern life. I mean, this is what we have settled on as the means by which we're going to exchange goods and services, sometimes pay for peace of mind, sometimes our health depends on it. So it's quite an important component, and it's a shame that we don't share more than we currently do now, tips and things that work, that how we manage it and things like that, because the lack of it or not knowing how to manage it can and does get people into some really difficult situations. So I am someone that I have growing up experienced what it's like to not have a lot of it. I not just seeing it around me, but also living through it as well, and learning from quite early on the value of it, and quite quickly realizing that it needed to be managed quite closely, and basically needed to get a grip on money. So I have been passionate about budgeting, money management. I have quite sad, I have the most fun actually when I'm working through that, and that was what sort of got me started last year when I started with that series of videos. But going back to my point, money can be quite a sensitive subject. It's quite personal. Broad sweeping statements may not apply to different situations, individual situations. We have different things that are important to us that we think is worth spending on versus not. So we all have different priorities. So what I'm thinking for this year is move that conversation forward into some real life situations of people with money, figuring out what to do with it, how to spend it, and how to have it give the most value in terms of what is really important to you. Not, the difference between spending versus wasting. Spending it on something that matters to you, that's going to bring you, I don't want to say happiness, but there are things that are satisfying, that we're doing it for ourselves. We can look back and say, yes, that was a good spend, versus something that you don't even remember where it went on. You bought something that maybe was just to keep up appearances or things like that. So it's getting the value of it in that way. So I can see that someone's watching. Say hi when you come on. So real life situations with money. I will be pulling questions and cases from around the internet, or questions that people ask me, because I do get some questions, all of it will be anonymous. Feel free to send in something. I will not be sharing who you are unless you specifically want me to, and take that situation and give my take on it, what my thoughts are, and happy for you guys to chime in as well. So ideally I would like to do one of these every week, so once a week on Wednesdays, possibly for this time would work quite well for me. So 9 p.m. on a Wednesday evening, come along for a chat. I may or may not have a glass of wine with me when I'm doing it, where you have to come and find out, see if we're having one, but just sit down and have a chat. Now, a little bit of a disclaimer, without being completely honest. At this point, in terms of people that I want to support on a one-to-one basis, my focus is on women. No offense to the men, I don't have anything against them specifically, but I am a woman and I feel like I understand the way we think a little bit better. And the other thing as well, on the broader scale, I feel like women, we have had to do a lot of catching up in the grand scheme of things, in terms of having our own money, knowing what to do with it, managing it, making it for ourselves. Within the last 100 years that things change a lot. Here, I guess in the West, it was mainly during the First World War, when the men had to go out to fight and then the women had to go out there and get jobs. But really before that, generally didn't really have that much to do with money. So we've had a lot of catching up to do, and in some sense maybe a lot of us are still not very comfortable with it. And so that is my focus, because if we're going to move into this era where we're all strong women doing it for ourselves, either by choice or by no choice, i.e. you have to do it. Like in my situation as a single parent, living in a foreign country, I have to, if I don't make it, I don't get it. It's as simple as that. It's down to me to make it, and I need to know how to manage that. So whether it's something that you've chosen to do or something that you have to do, why not come in a community of people, share ideas, and kind of be more open about it? That is why my focus currently for this group or for this page, I will be, talking to women, probably more than men. And when it comes to sort of more one-on-one work, that would also be my focus as well. But men, feel free to listen. I know that I have some of you on here as well, so feel free to chime in, comments and things like that. But just a disclaimer that is how most of it is going to sound. So I would love to hear your thoughts as well, but that is what I am thinking for this year. Something regular, ideally weekly. Don't crucify me if I don't make it every week, but that is the plan, to come sit down, share, a question that I've picked up over the course of the week, my thoughts on it. Feel free to chime in as well. In my, capacity as quote unquote the budget fairy, that is what I am passionate about. Now, I am not a financial advisor, but what I am good at is creating a budget. What I'm good at is making a budget, showing how to use it, how to make it fun. More importantly, how to make it fun. Because if it feels like a chore, you're not going to stick to it. So how to make it fun, how to create it, how to get started. If you're someone that's never done one before, look through those series of videos that I've made. I hope, you pick something from there. But if you have any questions from there as well, this page would be a good place to raise that and talk about it. But sort of move more into real life situations. And if you come across any stories, any questions yourself, feel free to share them with me. I might pick them as one of the things to talk about during the week. But I am excited about that. I'm excited about what we're going to do. Let me see, have I covered everything I wanted to say? So we're about 10 minutes in. So I'm looking for these sessions to be no longer than half an hour maximum. It'll probably be less than that most of the time, just depending on the conversations. Also, I am thinking of what name to call these sessions. So I'm not very good at coming up with names. So if you have any ideas, let me know. I don't know, like, you know, Wednesday money warm up. I don't know. See, I'm rubbish at coming up with names. So if you have any ideas, let me know. And feel free to get comfortable as well. Sit down, listen, and let's get comfortable with talking about money. Let's share what it is we're good at. And I'm really excited. I love to talk numbers, talk money, and I think my goal for the year is at the end of the year, I would like to have helped at least 50 women get a better sense of how to handle their money. That's being really conservative. You know, how to handle their money, how to make it work for them, how to be more comfortable, help them feel more comfortable about having a budget, like totally feeling like I've got this, this is in hand, I know exactly what I'm doing here. And then, you know, in the future, I have ideas for, you know, beyond this point, and we can start going into those areas that still at this point can be quite traditionally male. So things like getting into investments and, you know, real estate and trading and stuff like that. Those are some of the things that, but in the very, very, very long term, maybe we can get experts on that to come and talk to us about it, which would be quite cool. But at the moment, I'm going to be focusing on what I guess is my zone of genius, which is budgeting. Starting one, creating one, making one, tools to make it work, and real life situations on, you know, how you can apply some of those things. That's the idea. Let me know what you think, and let me know your name ideas as well that would call these sessions, and we'll go from there. So potentially looking to start from next week. If anything comes up and, you know, I'm not able to make it any week, I will endeavor to let you know beforehand. But yes, I'm very excited. Okay, so I'm gonna carry on with my glass of wine and unwind and go to bed soon. And talk to you soon. Bye.